We are back with our beginner series here in the Hunter Call of the Wild, where basically I have started a brand new game and I'm seeing what it's like to play basically on a fresh account with over 1,000 hours of experience. And hopefully along the way I can show you guys, especially those of you that are newer, some ways of progressing through the game a bit more quickly. So last time, if you didn't see the video, we unlocked the Hyperion scope. I've got that on my 243, and we unlocked the 270, and we're 1 kill away from the 270 polymer tip bullets. So those are going to be very important. We're going to go get that 1 kill, grab the 270, and I think we're going to head down here to Runaki. That area not only has a lot of moose, which the 270 should be more than effective on, but it's got a lot of other animals as well. So I think once we have that 270 in our hands, we should be pretty ready to just run through a lot of animals. And that way we're going to get a lot of experience, a lot of cash, and basically the ability to get that 7 mil within the next couple of levels. So I should probably somewhat explain the way that I'm finding animals, and basically I am moving around until I either see an animal or get a warning call, and then I'm laying down in the grass and calling them in. So that should get us to the 270. Now, we shot that black bear that died in the last video, and he had no tracks. But we're still going to get 35 rifle score from that. We did lose arc and sec, and therefore didn't get the full rifle score. But I do think that will be enough to get us the 270 polymer tip bullets. So that should pop up after that if we do, in fact, have them unlocked. And we do. So I think we're going to go down here to Belmont Railroad Outpost. We'll grab the 270 and some polymer tip rounds, and we're going to head over towards Runaki. So let's go ahead and do that. I've got the 270 equipped already, so we just need 270 polymer tip. We have 9,000 cash. We'll grab 30 of them. I guess another 10, 243 as well. And we're off. Now, what this 270 does for us, there's kind of a lot of things. It eliminates a lot of the doubt on like whitetail and black bear animals that the 243 can take down, but it's somewhat easy to mess up. The 270 has got better penetration, and therefore it's just easier to make the drop shots on those species, and it also allows us to not have to take forever just to get stocked up on a moose to make that heart shot. We were able to make some spine shots with the 243 in the last video on moose, but still we had to get somewhat close. With this, 150 meters, as long as it's broadside, isn't really an issue to get the spine, and we're going to be getting more rifle score, cash, and XP per kill because we should be getting a higher quick kill bonus. So all of those things are very important, and they are going to make life a lot easier for us, basically on our journey to getting the 7 mil unlocked. And at that point, I think we're pretty much golden. So actually, this should be a decent opportunity to try this out as long as I don't screw it up. We'll get out here where we can see just fine, maybe even get prone, so we're good and sturdy. Alright. Should be able to see if we get past this last bit of grass. We'll let her stand back up so we're back straight. And that should be a quick spine shot, and we should have somewhere in the area of like 95 quick kill. Send a bull running. But as long as that was actually a spine shot, and there's hunting pressure there, so I assume it was, that we should see a very significant increase in performance from what we saw with the 243. So check that out. High bleed rate, and she is literally right there. So that might be 100% quick kill if I'm honest. Moose can run quite far and not lose quick kill. 96. Not bad. So that's going to be quite significant. Obviously, we don't have the consecutive harvest right now, but out of the maximum of 52 rifle score with 100% consec, I think we would be looking at 51. So getting the 7 mil unlocked, doing it that way rather than with the 243, should be much quicker. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm waiting for a warning call. Whether I'm walking, running, crouching, I'll get a warning call, and then I try to locate where the animal's at. In this case, I can't call it in because it's a moose, but I'm going to try to sneak my way over here and see if I can spot it. I know it's a female, so it's not as likely to spook. The males are always a little more likely to take off than the females are. And if we can find our way into a position where we can see her, hopefully we can get her with the 270. So I don't think she's very far. I think she's probably within like 80 meters. Unfortunately, in all this thick brush, it's kind of hard to spot her. That would be her right there. Now, the angle's kind of bad. She actually did just make it slightly better. So we're going to stay a little bit back in the spine. So that way we should be getting the back end. And she is down before I can even get my binoculars on her. Now, if you're wondering why I'm staying towards the back end of a moose, trying to get the spine, basically I'm avoiding that big old shoulder blade, which is a lot of bone to go through. I just wanted to see, because that moose actually looked somewhat big. I just caught a tiny bit of the paddle, and it might have been all of the paddle that I saw. But he looked somewhat decent. We'll take a look at that, hopefully in a minute. But I'll try to make a little more sense out of that if you didn't quite understand it. So we're kind of like behind the moose. She's almost quartering away. And instead of shooting through the shoulder blade and getting through all of that to get into the spine, we're staying back here where there's less meat and less just flesh to go through, if that makes any sense. We're just trying to avoid not getting enough penetration to even get to the spine and then getting a flesh wound by doing that. So I've just been sitting up here a little bit because I heard some rabbit warning thumps, and there they are, hopping along out there. So rabbits give experience too. We're not going to get quite as much because, of course, number one, the rabbits, they don't give as much cash, and also we're not going to have the integrity bonus, but it is some cash and XP, so if they can hop their way back into sight, there comes one. That's one dead bunny. And we'll take those when we can get them. So use those lookout points to your advantage. Like I said, I heard the warning thumps as I was coming up to it, and I was going to use it to figure out where the outpost was. Heard the thumps along my way, slowed down, climbed up there, and we got some free cash, rifle score, and XP, and another level up on a rabbit. That's the second time we've done that now. So 34 weapon score because we have no integrity, but otherwise gets us what we need, and it gives us a skill point, and we are going to throw that into track knowledge as well. But I do want you guys to be aware that it's not always going to work out properly. It's not always going to go as you want. I know the videos probably make it seem that way, but that's because I'm obviously trying to just show you guys at least what I think is the correct way to do things. But yeah, like I just had a female moose warning call down there, and I crouched down here. I didn't see her. I don't know if she spooked or if she trotted off, whatever. But I'm not going to spend all my time on her. So I guess my point is, like, don't spend 20 minutes chasing one animal that warning called when you could probably just run a couple hundred more meters and shoot like 3 deer along the way. So, like, I know that probably the videos make it seem like every animal I encounter I kill. That's not true. A lot of animals I hear a warning call from, I never even see them. And other ones, I see them and they spook, and it's just not worth it to always track down every animal you see. Sometimes it's just better to move on to other areas, and sometimes, you know, if you get a chance to shoot an animal, maybe if it ran off and it's a deer and you can call it back, sometimes that's worth it. But I just, like, I know not everyone's going to do this, but I know some people are going to see me saying, like, I hear a warning call, I go over there, I shoot it. It doesn't always work like that. Sometimes they do just not show up, and that's fine. I'll just go and try to find the next one. Just sent some ducks flying. With that Hyperion scope, we can probably drop a couple of them. I'm actually going to quickly, though, throw in the soft point rounds because I don't want to waste money. Alright. There's one. Oh, need my breath, unfortunately. Might not get another one out of that, but gonna go prone, wait till that heartbeat goes back into white. They're gonna be pretty dang far by then. Unfortunately, we don't have all of the perks. That's weird. Okay. Alright. Rather than wasting ammo, we'll just take the one shot. But the one we did get is right here. And it's the same thing with the rabbits. They're not going to give us a lot of cash, 293. They're not going to give us a ton of weapon score, 34. XP's alright at 147. But those things add up. Those opportunity kills, even on the small game, after you get 10 of them, it's huge. Now we do have some ducks out there, and that is the direction I'm going to be moving. So those I think we'll go for. Probably going to want to be prone, though, and I don't think that's going to work with the brush, so we'll have to try it crouched. Probably got to aim a tiny bit high. Perfect. More opportunity kills. That one, though, I'll be honest, you probably would want to get closer because you have the opportunity. For me, I've just got a pretty good feel for ranges in this game. 1,000 hours of experience will do that. So I was pretty comfortable taking the shot where we were. Got a ton of moose out there. We'll wait for this duck to float in, then I guess we're just going to sneak our way down this brush line. And of course we want to get a bull. They give more cash and more XP. So, Both of them are pretty broadside to the way we're going to be approaching. So I guess we'll just take whichever one gives us a better shot. So here's our duck. That is a special way to shoot him. That looks like that one decoy. I think it's called the funky chicken. I want to say bone collector might make it, but anyway. Another 317 cash, 160 XP, and 34 rifle score, and we'll head our way over here. Just unlocked some of the iron sights with the 270, but that's not something I'm too concerned about. But here's my general rule of thumb with stocking animals. Basically, I don't have a rangefinder on me, but I can use this to my advantage. I know where I spotted that last moose. It's 156 meters away. So usually what I do is I'll run till I'm 150. If I can see them at a distance, I'll run till I'm 150 meters from the animal. Then I'll walk till I'm about 110, 120, crouch till about 75, and then prone the rest of the way if I have to stock in closer. Now, if you notice in the bottom left, the wind is kind of blowing towards them. It's actually getting better as we go, blowing further and further west. But that generally for me tacks on about 50 more meters. So that means I stop running at 200. I stop walking at 170. So I've been crouching since about 170. And they don't really know that we're here. So I think that's probably the bigger one. I don't know. They're very close in size. But I'd like him to stand up. Just now getting his attention with the wind being bad. And we're going to go ahead and take him there before he takes another step. Because I at least think the reason he stood up was because of the bad wind. And basically wanted to get the shot off before he took a step and made the angle worse. And it looks like it worked out just fine. There's hunting pressure there. There should be a very dead moose. And then I'm not exactly sure where the outpost here is. Actually, I can see it, so now I am. We got to go over there and unlock that. And basically another tip, if you guys don't know it yet, you basically want to plan your hunts around starting somewhere in the south and heading north. The wind is actually abnormal right now. That's probably because it's somewhat early, 9 a.m. They usually start to switch. But basically we're looking for a south to north wind where the wind is blowing, or I'm sorry, a north to south wind where the wind is actually blowing towards the south. That's almost always what you get in this game. It's very uncommon to get anything else other than like really early in the morning, and then starting later at night it starts to get to be a different direction. That was a gold moose, 813. We'll take that. 1,000 cash added to the bank, and maybe more. But yeah, this outpost where we're going is very much in the south of the map, as you can see. So that's a really good one to have unlocked, because for the most part, we're going to be dealing with really ideal wind. That's not the one the warning call, but it's broadside. I think that's going to be just fine as well. Yep, she's tumbling right there. We'll go and get the outpost, and then actually, by the time we get back to claim her, there might be those moose coming back already. And another tip, if you're newer to the game, if you shot an animal and you can't remember where you shot it at, if there's hunting pressure there, which means it died, it was shot right in the center of that hunting pressure. So that's roughly there. Now we know she ran a little bit, so she won't be right on that marker, but that marker will get us close enough to find the blood, and then from there, we should pretty much be able to see where she went down. Looks like the moose found themselves another zone. So we'll go ahead and use the spotting on the map to tell us how far that is. That's about 163, so we'll walk our way in to around 150. Get good and broadside for him. Try to get him with a spine shot, and then I think we're probably going to wrap it up. Our other cow is dead right around here somewhere. The marker's right there, so we shot her in that general area. We should be pretty okay to take the shot on this guy. We'll get crouched. Got a nice view between the brush there, and I'll let him bring his head back up just so his back's a little straighter to aim at. There we go. And what I tend to do is I'll hold my breath, and then I'll go above the animal's spine, and I'll let the crosshairs settle. If you don't like doing that, I mean, you can choose whatever way works best for you, but that is the way I seem to be the most efficient and the most effective, is just letting those crosshairs settle down on the spine and pulling the trigger the moment they get there. So 98% quick kill at 99 meters with that spine shot, so we'll be somewhere in that area, probably a bit lower on the bull we just shot. Actually, he did not get hit in the spine. I probably hit him in the shoulder blade. I was kind of far forward there. That would be my guess. So I'm just going to leave him go. That's a flesh wound, so he's not going to die. We'll go find one more animal and end with that. So, talking about how I'm most accurate and then messing up the shot and not even knowing it, but for the most part, we've been okay today. More ducks. That's a piebald. Could maybe try to shoot him. Heart rate will calm down a little bit while we switch to the stop points again. That's him right there. And that's him being very dead, so we'll try to find something big game just because I want to show the shot again and not screw it up. Go ahead and throw those Palomar tips back in. But so far, we are 3 videos into the beginner series and 2 piebalds down, a moose and a mallard. Must have just sent a bunch more flying for some reason. I mean, they're right there. Is that one monistic? I'm not sure what that is. I did use a Palomar round on that, but they were literally right above us. So, why not? I guess it was just a male. Looked weird at the angle. But again, opportunity kills. That's a pretty nice looking buck there. Now, for those of you that don't know, the black-tailed deer and the white-tailed deer is pretty much where the line is drawn for 243 and 270 integrity. Basically, the 270 does not get integrity on blacktail, but it will on whitetail. So we got to use the 243 here because we want the full integrity bonus because we want as much cash, XP, and rifle score as we can get out of it. So, that angle's not great. That's a little better. I don't really love that, but kind of just went for the back of the spine, and I think we got him. Now, on the run with this black-tailed doe, I'm going to switch to the 270. Purely because it's going to pack a little more punch. And it'll make up for a slightly subpar shot, which is somewhat likely when you make a running shot. So, this guy, I don't know if he's quite gold. Actually, he's well into gold, 833. Not bad. You can see that shot into the top of the lumbar and thoracic spine. And then hopefully this doe died. Yeah. Medium bleed rate, she's not going far at all. She should actually be down probably in sight. Yeah, there she is right there in the grass. So 2 more kills with some cash and XP here at the end. So 1 actually level up, 2. 1 more perk point to spend. What do we have here? We can either do breath control again or steady hands. Steady hands I think is going to be useful now. We've got that Hyperion scope. That's going to allow us to take longer shots, and obviously being steady at longer range is kind of necessary. So, I think we are going to leave this video here. That's like 11 or 12 kills in under an hour. And guys, that's the name of the game, in my opinion, early on. Don't worry about shooting the large game. Don't worry about trying to shoot diamonds, trophy animals, whatever you want to consider them. Just try to shoot everything you can and get yourself leveled up. Get the larger weapons, get the collars, get those skills and perks that allow you to be more efficient at hunting. I think that's going to go a long way towards actually getting those trophy animals at a slightly higher level. So, in my opinion, if you're under like level 15 or 20, don't worry about the big stuff. Just try to shoot everything you can, get that experience, and then worry about it a little bit further down the line. So, guys, if there is anything you want me to go over in the future beginner series videos, let me know. I can try to do so, but I think I'm going to have multiple recorded before this one goes up, so it might be a few videos in until you actually see any of that stuff kind of touched on. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you sticking around to the end, and I will see you next time.